You're listening to Pet World Radio, and this is the Addictive Reef Keeping with Tyler Johnson. Stay tuned for live chats, expert guests, tips and tricks, product reviews, and many more topics.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to a special edition of Pet World Radio. And tonight, we can pretty much call it anything. Let's call it the aquarium life. And joining me tonight to discuss our main topic will be Mr. Tyler Johnson. How are you doing tonight?
Never better. I'm ready to learn and help as much as I can.
And Tyler is the host of our Addictive Reef Keeping series, which we do every Saturday. So if you guys are into marine aquariums, make sure to tune in every Saturday night, typically 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which would be 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 Central, and 9 Mountain if you live in the mountain zone. Also with us tonight is Mr. Michael Steffen. How are you doing?
I'm good, Sam. This morning was kind of threw me a little bit. Yesterday, it was 75 degrees here today. Woke up this morning and the ground was white.
Oh, that's odd.
Just when you think spring is there? No, it's not.
It had to balance out with our 85-degree day today.
Yeah.
It was 80 degrees here in Central Oregon yesterday.
Wow. Yeah. Once again, San Diego is summertime again. We're just never getting a break here. Need some rain and need it fast. But anyway, tonight our special topic is going to be something that crosses many different areas, from freshwater to marine, and we'll even include reptile and amphibian in this particular episode. And the weather's changing. We're talking about the weather. It's pretty much warming up, so a lot of companies out there have lifted the ban on shipping, which happens in North America. We typically throughout the winter months, there's kind of a moratorium on shipping, or just a guideline to go by, so that animals that are warm-blooded, that are cold-blooded, don't freeze during shipping. And so what we're going to be talking about tonight is packing and shipping livestock. Michael, you want to get us started on this topic?
Well, it never ceases to amaze me how many people, when I tell them, because I've ran a few fairly large-scale operations, when their mouth would drop open when I'd say, oh, yeah, I ship fish, and they just look at me. People cannot grasp the concept that, we ship live fish through the mail, and not only do we ship them, but they survive and they make it. This is not anything new. It's been going on forever. Excuse me. But there are certain precautions and preventative things that you need to do prior to putting your little fishy in a box, or grabbing up your little prize shrimp, or even that exotic coral that you have. First off, I'd like to talk a little bit about paying attention to the weather. We talk about the weather every night here and what's going on in our individual areas. And, within the first 3-4 minutes of the show every night, you can listen to, 3 or 2 or 4 different people that are on here and see the wild different ranges in temperatures and weather conditions across the country. Now, we're not just talking about, like Sam, he's in perpetual summer. For some reason, this winter's been extremely harsh for everybody, north of the Mason-Dixon line. We've been compounded. But and even places that are, fairly constant temperature, like Alabama and Louisiana, they've been cold this year. So really, you have to go on to, AccuWeather or the Weather Channel or one of the national weather companies and punch in the zip code that you're going to be sending the package to. See what they're going to be arriving in temperature-wise. Look at your temperature for the week that you're going to be shipping. I've been, I don't know if I say lucky, because, if it happens once it's luck. More than that, it's skill. but I've been very fortunate using just standard postal priority shipping, 2 to 3 days, and this is even shipping to Alaska, which is sometimes 3 to 5 days. But I've shipped everything from Malaysian trumpet snails, which are considered roaches, all the way up to Tropheus frontosa, higher end fish. So it's very easy to do once you grasp certain concepts about this. And the whole trick to this is that you do things consistently. You do them every time the same. And hopefully tonight we can educate you listeners on how to do this so that you can, maybe make enough money back from your hobby to at least pay for it, to cover some of the expenses. Now, I'm not saying everybody needs to run out and start a hatchery and, tell the wife that you're taking over the basement, or tell your husband that the spare bedroom is about to get 50 more fish tanks in it. But, this is sooner or later, through taking good care of your pets, being good to your pets, they'll be good to you and give you more. So this is kind of goes along the lines of what we do with the more factor.
And Michael, I'm glad that you said U.S. Postal Service, because a lot of people don't know that it is possible to go that route. And something that I just recently found out, I ship the coral to Missouri. I live here in Oregon. And the United States Postal Service, since they've been getting so behind on their shipments lately, they've offered this new guaranteed shipping. So this is really cool for us hobbyists because, you have your seller or you have your buyer sit there and pay your shipping price. If it doesn't get there in a reasonable time, which I believe it's about 2.5 days or 3 days on the mark, you get your money back. So I just shipped the coral 6 months ago. I got my $40 back for shipping. I didn't even pay for the shipping in the first place, and the coral completely survived. He said it was open immediately as soon as he put it into his thing. So, I'm happy to hear that we can use the U.S. Postal Service. I know it's extremely hard for us aquarists out there who are trying to maybe make a small living off of this and try to ship with FedEx or UPS, and you're hit with these $109 overnight fees. It's like, how's anybody supposed to make any profit there? So, I'm glad that we're able to use the United States Postal Service.
Well, there's a few reasons why I prefer the